My name's Isabel. I'm 36, and tonight I'm sharing something that changed the way I see love, trust, and what it really means to start over. This isn't a confession I plan to make, but some truth sits so heavy inside you that silence starts to hurt more than the memory itself. For 15 years, I believed I had a steady life. My husband Lucas owned a small auto shop downtown, and I worked as an interior designer. We weren't wealthy, but we were comfortable, the kind of couple who smiled in photos even when the space between us had grown quiet. Our son Aiden had just turned 18, smart, polite, the kind who hides more behind his eyes than he ever says aloud. That Saturday, an old college friend invited me to her 40th birthday. Lucas said he'd stay home with Aiden, maybe watch a late game. I slipped into a black dress I hadn't worn in years, and for the first time in a long while, I caught Lucas watching me like he used to. "Don't stay out too late," he teased. I laughed, kissed his cheek, and walked out, never realizing I was leaving the version of my life I'd known behind. The party was loud. Music, laughter, too much wine. For a few hours I felt free, like I wasn't anyone's wife or mother, just me. When midnight came, I said my goodbyes and drove home through quiet streets that gleamed under streetlights. Somewhere between the hum of the tires and the flicker of guilt, a strange unease crept in. The kind that tells you something isn't right, even when you don't know why. When I reached the house, only one dim lamp glowed in the living room. I unlocked the door carefully, the click echoing too loudly in the stillness. The air felt thick, heavy. I set down my purse, kicked off my heels, and noticed Lucas's phone on the table. Its screen lit up with a message. From Chloe. I don't know what made me pick it up, but my fingers moved before my heart could stop them. What stared back at me stole my breath. Lines of words soft and intimate. Pictures that said everything words couldn't. Voice notes that carried laughter I'd never heard from him in years. My hands trembled so hard the phone nearly slipped. My stomach twisted. Heat, cold, disbelief all at once. Then I heard the faint creak of a floorboard behind me. Aiden stood there, wearing a gray t-shirt, eyes wide, guilt flickering across his face. "You saw it, didn't you?" he whispered. My throat locked. "You knew?" He nodded slowly. "I didn't want to tell you." I thought maybe he'd stop. His voice broke. "I just didn't want to break you." Tears blurred everything. "You've been keeping this from me?" I asked, though I already knew the answer. "I was trying to protect you," he said. "You've given him everything." His words pierced deeper than any text on that screen. My son, the boy I once carried, was now the one holding me together. When the front door clicked open, the moment shattered. Lucas stepped inside, looking tired, casual, unaware that the life he left behind had already fallen apart. "Hey," he said, "you're home late." "How was the party?" I didn't answer. I simply held out his phone. "You forgot this." The color drained from his face. Silence swelled between us. No excuses, no lies left to tell. Aiden's voice rose behind me, shaking. "You lied to her, Dad. You lied to both of us." Lucas didn't fight. "I'm sorry," he muttered, eyes low. But sorry doesn't unmake betrayal. It doesn't erase the nights he spent somewhere else while I waited for him to come home. I turned to Aiden. "Go to your room, honey." He hesitated, then obeyed, glancing back at me like he didn't want to leave me alone in that storm. When we were finally alone, I looked at the man I once thought I'd grow old with. "I don't even know who you are anymore," I said quietly. "But I know who I am, and I deserve better." I walked past him, every step heavier than the last. He didn't stop me. Maybe he knew there was nothing left to save. That night, I lay awake in the guest room, watching dawn seep through the blinds. For the first time in years, the ache in my chest was sharp, but clear. In the morning, Aiden brought me coffee and toast. "Whatever happens next," he said softly, "we'll be okay." I believed him, because sometimes the truth you fear the most is the one that sets you free.